The importance of being healed in your soul. If I asked you, is your soul healed? Is your soul in excellent condition? Would you know? I tell you, a couple of years ago, I would not have known the answer, but now I do know. And this is why I want to share in video what I've learned. About a couple of years ago, I was looking for a summer shirt. So I went down to an area by the seaside where they had lots of stalls, and I walked amongst these stalls looking for a stall which sold shirts. I wasn't looking where I was putting my feet, and some worker who'd been working in wood on the particular stall, he'd left a cutting tool on the pavement. My shin found it, and it cut my shin, and I was standing there looking down and thinking, oh, look at my shin, I'm pouring with blood. The demon of that area had left that, made sure that man had left that right in my path. He knew I was coming, and I got cut. I had to run to a pharmacist and get a bandage and then get out of that area as quickly as possible. When my wife and I travel in the car, Veronica can discern a difference in the spiritual atmosphere from one village to the next. And this tells me that different areas have got different prominent spirits over them. Now let's see if this is biblical or not. Let's go back to what Mark 5 says. In Mark 5, I'm going to read you Mark 5, 8 to 20 from the Amplified Bible. Jesus was commanding, come out of the man, you unclean spirit. And he asked him, what is your name? And he said, my name is Legion, for we are many. And he kept begging him urgently not to send them, himself and other demons, away out of that region. Now there was a great herd of hogs grazing on a hillside. A hog is a pig. And the demons begged him, saying, send us into the pigs so that we may go into them. So Jesus gave them permission. And the unclean spirits came out of the man and went into the hogs. And the herd, numbering about 2,000, rushed down the steep slope into the sea and were drowned in the sea. The hog feeders ran away and told it in the town and in the country. And the people came to see what had taken place. And they came to Jesus and looked at the man searchingly who had been a demoniac, sitting there clothed and in his right mind. The same man who had had the legion of demons, and they were seized with alarm and struck with fear. And those who had seen it related in full what had happened to the man possessed by the demons and what had happened with the hogs. And they began to beg Jesus, leave their neighbourhood. I want you to get out of here. I don't want you to stay. And when he stepped into the boat, the man who had been controlled by the unclean spirits kept begging him also, can I stay with you? But Jesus refused to permit him and said, no, go home to your own family and relatives and friends, and bring back word to them of how much the Lord has done for you, and how he has had sympathy for you and had mercy on you. So the man departed and began to publicly proclaim in Decapolis, the region of the 10 cities, how much Jesus had done for him. And all the people were astonished and marvelled. Now, the region of Gadarenes is on the south side of Galilee. And when those people saw what Jesus had done, they begged him, leave our neighbourhood. Remember verse 17. Now, this was exactly how the demoniac had behaved. He too said, leave, don't send us out of the neighbourhood. That was because Legion was a regional demon. He was controlling that one man, but he was also controlling all the people who lived in that area. He was able to do that because all of them were wounded in their souls, and therefore they could have things in common with that particular demon. Okay. Now, in our area, we need to be aware by a gift of discernment if there is a particular demon operating in our area. And also in our travels, not to be ignorant of spiritual changes that happen as we go around. Now, the only way, we're talking about victorious living, the only way we can move around safely, I mean, here am I, I've been a minister for a long time and I walk just to buy a shirt and I get cut. So if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. The only way we can victoriously move around is to be healed in our soul. Now, I've learned this. In Mark 5 and verse 15, the demoniac was clothed and in his right mind. The Greek word for clothed is himation, H-I-M-A-T-I-O-N. It means a mantle, something you put over your shoulders. And in Hebrew culture, it's a sign of authority and power, like in Elijah and Elisha, the mantles, remember. And then that man, wearing that mantle, went into the city of Decapolis and preached there as a revivalist. That's in verse 20. Now, from that account and from those anecdotes that I have shared with you of my own life, we are now ready to put together a prayer so that we can let Dunamis heal our soul. If there are wounds in your soul, you've had traumas in your youth, you've had awful things happen to you, people say and done to you, you've been wounded. I want to put together a prayer with you, and in the next video, we'll pray through that prayer so that Dunamis, remember, which means excellence of soul, can permeate through all those areas and heal you. And then when you know that your soul is healed, you can have a great confidence, not only to live in your own area and not to be at the mercy of whoever demon seems to be passing through, but also to travel safely. So don't forget to join me for the next video when I'll be praying a prayer of activation for Dunamis to do the soul healing in you. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.